on, man. It's been a long time since I've used that intro. That used to be the intro. So, nothing fancy tonight. Just sitting here doing an editing session on a video that I filmed last night. Still in a lot of pain. Still got a lot of back pain going on. It's been a struggle. Went to the chiropractor today. Got adjusted. Got told to come back Sunday. So still hurts. Doing the best I can. But see if I can't jack my back up a little bit more. Sitting here editing, this always tears it up. So I'm going to try to probably limit the amount of time I'm going to be here. So I thought I'd just sit and edit a video. And y'all can join in, watch. And yeah, here we go.
So if you're eager to start running but feel out of shape, overwhelmed with a busy schedule, or managing stress, this is my life. I deal with this every single day. Or if you're just simply trying to muster the motivation, I have some essential tips every single day. Or if you're just simply trying to muster the motivation, I have some essential tips to help guide you in this video. So to kick things off, it's important to emphasize the value of just starting to get moving. Hey everyone, John here for Motivation Theory Running, and if you are 35 or over, whether you've been pounding the pavement for decades or you're just about to start, this video is tailored just for you. We're going to explore how for you. This video is tailored just for you. We're going to just about to start. So you're just about to start. This video is tailored just for you. Or you're just about to start. This video is tailored just for you. We're going to or you're just about to start. This video is tailored just for you. We're going to explore how to keep running in a smart, safe, and enjoyable way as we age. So let's dive right in. First off, let's talk about how to begin or get back into running. First off, let's talk about how to begin running or just get back into running. Some of us have been laid off.
So with Premiere beta here, I've been spending a lot more time editing through text editing. So really just kind of going through the text. It's pretty cool. Just editing the text. So just got to find the different areas that.
First off, let's talk about how to begin or get back into running.
Why is this off?
So if you're eager to start running but feel out of shape, overwhelmed with a busy single day, or if you're just simply trying to muster the motivation, I have some essential tips.
Sometimes, I forget what I did last time to make this stop. I already know that. All right. I'm going to try to figure out why.
To help guide you in this video. So to kick things off, it's important to emphasize the value of just.
Why is this?
You're just about to start. This video is tailored just for you. We're going to explore how to keep running in a smart, safe back into running. How to begin or get back into running. So picture this. First off, some of us have been, picture this. You're a new runner. Perhaps you've been out of the running scene for quite a while due to life's commitments. We've all been there. So you want to start with short runs. Maybe just run for 5. Whether you're a new runner, perhaps maybe you've been out of the running scene for quite a while due to life's commitments. Believe me, I have been there many, many times, documented on this channel. Comebacks are hard, but they're definitely worth it. Picture this. First off, let's talk about how to begin running or just get back into running. Some of us have been laid off a long time. It's difficult. I've done this many times. But picture this. You're a new runner. Perhaps you've been out of the running scene for quite a while due to life's commitments. We've all been there. So you want to start with short runs. Maybe just run for 5 minutes and then walk for 5. Picture this. I have been there many, many times, documented on this channel. Comebacks are hard, but they're definitely worth it. First off, let's talk about how to begin. So picture this. About how to begin or get back into running. First off, let's talk due to life's commitments. We've all been there. About how to begin or get back into running. So picture this. Whether you're a new runner, perhaps maybe you've been out of the running scene for quite a while due to life's commitments. Believe me, I have been there many, many times, documented on this channel. Comebacks are hard, but they're definitely worth it. You want to start with some short runs, maybe just run for a couple minutes, jog for a couple minutes, and walk for 5 or 10 minutes. And you want to do this for a couple of weeks. Or if you're feeling more adventurous, aim to cover a quarter of a mile. Maybe just, for example, you live near a park. You run from one bench to the next bench, or one from light pole to the next light pole. And for ultra runners out there, returning from a heavy race schedule, and you've been off for quite a while, just recovering. This could mean scaling back just a couple of miles at a conversational pace, waiting to get things back up, getting greased up, getting oiled up. Motion is lotion, as the saying goes. This approach helps build your base without overwhelming your body. Again, next, let's discuss progression. Imagine you've been running for a month and you're feeling really good. Now, instead of doubling your distance overnight, because I know it's quite tempting sometimes to start runner, perhaps maybe you've been out of the running scene for quite a while due to life's commitments. Believe me, I have been there many, many times, documented on this channel. Comebacks are hard, but they're definitely worth it. You want to start with some short runs, maybe just run for a couple minutes, jog for a couple minutes, and walk for 5 or 10 minutes. And you want to do this for a couple of weeks. Or if you're feeling more adventurous, aim to a couple of weeks. Or if you're feeling more adventurous, aim to cover. Or and you want to do this for a couple of weeks. Or if you're feeling more adventurous, aim to cover a quarter of a mile. Maybe just, for example, you live near a park. You run from one bench to the next bench, or one from light pole to the next light pole. And for ultra runners out there, returning from a heavy race schedule, and you've been off for quite a while, just recovering. This could mean scaling back just a couple of miles at a conversational pace, waiting to get things back up, getting greased up, getting oiled up. Motion is lotion, as the saying goes. This approach helps build your base without overwhelming your body. Again, next, let's discuss progression. Your body. helps build your base without overwhelming your body. Again, next, let's discuss progression. Next, let's discuss
Trying to see why this is not running. Oh.
What are you listening to?
All right. Here we go. Back at it. Having some technical difficulty, but now I got to get back to editing. So I'm losing my time.
Next, let's discuss progression. Imagine you've been running for a month and you're feeling really good. Now, instead of doubling your distance overnight, because I know it's quite tempting sometimes to start great increases to your running schedule, you don't want to do that. You want to increase by no more than 10% weekly. Sometimes that can be hard. You got to be disciplined. So if you ran 3 miles this week, next week you want to try for maybe 3.3. This isn't just a numbers game. It's about allowing your body, your muscles, your tendons, your joints to adapt, and fascia, all that stuff, to get used to the pounding on your feet again. Think of it like this. If you're an ultra runner, you wouldn't just jump from a 50K to a 100-mile race. Maybe that's a bad example. A lot of us do that out there, but you probably shouldn't just do that without some training. You want to take some responsible and healthy intermediate steps in between those distances. The same principle applies here, but on a smaller scale if you're just starting off. Listening to your body is crucial. Let's say you're out on a run and you start to on a smaller scale if you're just starting off. Listening to your body is crucial. Let's say you're out on a run and you start to feel a sharp pain in your knee, and you're just getting a little, and you think you're just getting a little bit tired. Crucial. Let's say you're out on a run and you start to feel a sharp pain in your knee. Listening to your body is crucial. Let's say you're out on a run and you start feeling a sharp pain in your knee, or you're just feeling a little unusually tired. This isn't the time to push through. It's a signal to slow down. For instance, if you're out, for instance, hiking, but if you feel this while out, for instance, if you do feel these. Now let's get into feel this.
I was in a lot of pain, still am, but here,
for instance,
I'm getting super frustrated because I'm just having a hard time concentrating and reading the script.
Body. Next, let's discuss progression. Tired, a sharp pain in your knee.
So it's very difficult. Tired and severe pain. You see it in my eyes.
For instance, if you
I probably wouldn't have recorded had I known I looked this bad.
Let's say you're out on a run and you start to feel a sharp pain in your knee. For instance, if you feel this while out, for instance, if you do feel these pains and things kind of going on when you're out running up a hill, you may just scale if you're just starting off. Listening to your body is crucial. Listening to your body is crucial.
I knew this was going to be a complete struggle to edit.
Say you're out on a run and you start to feel a sharp pain in your knee. You feel this while out. For instance, say you're out on a run and if you're eager to start running but feel out of shape, overwhelmed with a busy schedule, or managing stress, this is my life. I deal with this every single day. Or if you're just simply trying to muster the motivation, I have some essential tips to help guide you in this video. So to kick things off, it's important to emphasize the value of just starting, to get moving. Everyone, John here from Motivation Theory Running, and if you are 35 or over.
All right. Got a question here. All right. Hey, I tried some new furling strategies this past weekend during a 100-miler, and it worked great. Feel amazing. Outstanding. Trying to figure out how I show. Oh, I'm on the wrong part. All right, so YouTube user didn't even pull the name. Yeah, I tried some new furling strategies this past weekend. 100-miler, and it worked out great. Well, that's good. Less powder and gets and gels. Or if that's definitely the fueling strategies. I'm like furling. I'm not. I didn't know what you were talking about. Yeah, so new fueling strategies. Now we're tracking. We're on the same page. Why does it say YouTube user? Why does it not have your name? What's going on? Yeah, real food's definitely going to be always be better. Always going to be better. Just that's what we eat in our everyday lives. Is how we power ourselves in everyday life. And if your stomach can handle it, it's definitely something I think it's beneficial to fuel yourself, because if you're out running during a 100-miler, during your normal life, you're eating breakfast, you're eating lunch, you're eating dinner, and it typically a lot of people try to go out and run these 100-mile races for 24 plus hours without having an actual meal, and just trying to live off gels and powders and stuff like that, afraid it's going to hurt your stomach. So yeah, for my suggestion. Sorry, it says YouTube video, so I can't tell who it is. But yeah, definitely, it's definitely worth looking into. That does sound like me. That sounds like me. Well, I'm glad it worked out. I know it works out for me. It works out for a lot of people. Get a good amount of calories down. Typically, you can only process like 400 calories an hour, so that becomes problematic when you're trying to have a big meal. You're tired and you're running, and it's jostling your stomach. But if you can get that down, it's a game changer. Eating makes everything better in an ultra. Eating makes everything better, almost, pretty much everything. When you're feeling bad, run into problems here.
Over whether you've been pounding the pavement for decades or you're just about to start, this video is tailored just for you.
Definitely glad it worked out.
Explore how to keep running in a smart, safe, and enjoyable way as we age.
So I shot this video, and I am in excruciating pain from my sciatic nerve being flared up.
So picture this: whether you're a new runner, perhaps maybe you've been out of the running scene for quite a while due to life's commitments. Believe me, I have been there many
See behind the scenes
on this channel. Cutbacks are hard, but they're definitely worth it. You want to start with some short runs, maybe just run for a couple minutes, jog for a couple minutes, and walk for 5 or 10 minutes. And you want to do this for a couple of weeks. Or
switch back over here. Thanks, and keep making good content, especially as an older runner. Yeah, well, I'm trying to, the content. Honestly, the content I make is to be interpreted by all age groups, beneficial for all age groups. But I mean, a lot of the stuff with recovery and sleep and prehabbing and all of those type of things, it just happens to be something that applies especially to older runners. And because I would say I'm a middle-aged runner now, and you want to appeal to who you appeal to. I'm not under any delusion that any high school kids are going to be watching this getting a lot of benefit. And also, your elites aren't going to be watching me, but it's definitely good to learn from others. Sorry, my kids are texting me. No emergencies. All right. What was I doing? Man, this is like multitasking to me.
I'm going to do this for a couple of weeks. Or if you're feeling more adventurous, aim to cover a quarter of a mile. Maybe just, for example, you live near a park. Run from one bench to the next bench, or one from light pole to the next light pole. And for ultra runners out there, returning from a heavy race schedule, and you've been off for quite a while, just recover.
Skipped over.
This could mean scaling back just a couple of miles at a conversational pace.
It's amazing how much you have to tell people to start slowly.
Get greased up, get oiled up. Lotion. Motion is lotion, as the saying goes.
Motion is lotion.
This approach helps build your base without overwhelming your body. Next, let's discuss progression. Imagine you've been running for a month and you're feeling really good. Now, instead of doubling your distance overnight, because I know it's quite tempting sometimes to start.
Yes, it is.
Great increases to your running schedule. You don't want to do that. You want to increase by no more than 10%.
The 10% is hard. It really is.
Discipline. So if you ran 3 miles this week, next week you want to drive for maybe 3.3. This isn't just a numbers game. It's about allowing your body, your muscle, your tendons, your joints to adapt and fascia, all that stuff.
Key information.
To the pounding on your feet again. Think of it like this. If you're an ultra runner, you wouldn't just jump from a 50K to a 100-mile race. Maybe that's a bad example.
Some would.
A lot of us do that out there. But you probably shouldn't just do that without some training. You want to take some responsible and healthy intermediate steps in between those distances. The same principle applies here, but on a smaller scale if you're just starting off. Listening to your body is crucial. Let's say you're out on a run and you start to feel a sharp pain in your knee. For instance, if you feel this while out, if you do feel these pains and things gonna go on.
I don't even know what I was talking about here.
Just want to walk and set power hike. Rest days aren't just a suggestion, they're a necessity. Using them to do light activities like yoga or stretching into the practical. Now let's get practical with scheduling.
Struggled with this part.
For instance, pain in your knee. For instance, if you run and you start to feel a sharp. For instance, if you do feel these pains, and for instance, if you do.
Or why I was struggling. Just cut this part out.
Start to feel a sharp pain in your knee. You do feel these pains and things going on when you're out running up a hill. You may just want to walk and set. Let's say you're out on a run and you start to feel a sharp pain in your knee. You do feel these pains and things going on when you're out running up a hill. You may just want to walk and set power.
I get irritated with old John when he's talking.
Your knee. You may just want to walk and set power. Let's say you're out on a run and you start to feel a sharp pain in your knee. You may just want to walk and set power hike up the hill. Ultra runners know this well. After a long race, the body signals when it's time for recovery, not more running, even though it's hard to control. Let's say you're out on a run. It's crucial.
Give you a close-up on my face.
Just starting off. Listening to your body is crucial. Let's say you're out on a run.
You know why we do that while we punch in on these? It's because people have short attention spans. If something's not constantly changing,
crucial. Let's say you're out on a run and
people get bored and they click away from the video. The funny thing is when I do these videos, I could do a 5-minute video, and the funny thing is I'll do 5 or 6 minute videos because I'm truly trying to give you a very succinct bit of information so that someone could easily consume in 5 to 6 minutes and move on. Not making it 15, not making it over 8, so that YouTube can play ads and stuff in the middle, because that's what they always try to shoot for, at least 8, so that YouTube pushes those videos more. But if I make a 5-6 minute video, people watch half that. But if I make a 10-minute video, people watch half that, which would have been a whole video. It's crazy how all this stuff works. I've been doing this a long time, and I've never understood that. Maybe my videos are just not good, and that could be the case. I try to make them interesting. I try to make them so that someone can actually benefit from the whole video. I can't imagine watching half one of my videos because I'm giving good information, but it is what it is. Maybe I just need to improve, and I'm not willing to accept it. No, I actually work on this quite a bit. I try to make my videos interesting so that they
body is crucial. Let's say you're out on a run and you start to feel a sharp pain in your knee. You may just want to walk and set power hike up the hill. Ultra runners know this well. After a long race, the body signals when it's time for recovery, not more running, even though it's hard to kind of back off a little bit. Rest days aren't just a suggestion, they're a necessity. Using them to do light activities like yoga or stretching or swimming, which can aid in recovery without stressing your body even further. Now, let's get into the practical scheduling aspect of all this. Now, let's get into further without stressing your body even further.
Start tripping over my tongue.
Now let's get practical with scheduling. Imagine your body even further. Now let's get practical with scheduling.
What's going on, everybody? Big Friday night. Big things happening here.
Now let's get practical with scheduling.
Nursing my sciatic pain. About 3 days now. Shooting pain from my lower back down to where like my sciatic nerve is, and then to my hip, and then through my pelvis to my hip flexor, down my left thigh to my kneecap, causing numbness in my thigh. It's been absolutely brutal. And again, I'm somebody who can truck through the worst pain for 8-10 hours, and there's times I walk across my building at work and I don't think I'm going to make it back. Like, the pain is just that bad. And it's not like a sharp pain, like I can't touch my shoelace. It's just like this burning tension, tightness pain. And so been struggling with that. Decided to finally hit the chiropractor today, and they did some adjustments, and it's the first day. He's like, hey, when can you come back again? It's Friday, and I'm thinking, well, next week, I guess. He's like, how about Sunday? Okay. So I'll go back Sunday and make some adjustments again. Well, he will. What's wrong with you, dog? Is my talking making you nervous? I have a Labradoodle over here that's got a little anxiety problems.
Your week is packed with work, family duties, everything. It's always all the things. And maybe some social commitments. You need to treat your runs like an essential part of your schedule. You need to block them off. You need to treat them with respect on equal ground with the rest of the things. Maybe not all the things, but you know what I'm saying. If you're a morning person, set your alarm for 6 a.m. for a 30-minute run just to get something in. It may not be the workout you need for the day. Your day could get chaotic and you could lose control completely of it. Or you're at work.
It's so important. It's taking advantage of the time when you got it.
Run. You can do that for 20 minutes. Just getting out, getting moving, especially if you're just starting off. Take advantage of some of the time that you have, even if it's not ideal. Advantage of some of the time that you have.
I said idea. It's not even.
Now let's get practical with scheduling. Imagine your week is packed with work, family duties, and maybe some social commitments. It's just taking over your week.
I prompt myself for these little spiels I'm going to put on, and then
practical with scheduling. Let's get practical.
So we'll delete that. And so I do some takes sometimes because I can't get it out of my mouth.
Even further. Now let's get.
And this one was especially difficult because of the pain I was in.
Even if it's not,
it was kind of hard to keep my concentration.
Your body. Even further. Now let's get practical.
But I'm a professional.
Imagine your week is
professional.
Work,
get through it best I can. And to the one person out there watching, thank you. Appreciate it. Say hello.
If you're a morning person, maybe that's
or I'm just talking to myself.
Morning hours, a little bit early. Maybe get up at 30 minutes earlier than you're normally going to get up. Get something in. Get a run in. Get a walk in. Get the weightlifting in. Or if you're at work, use your lunch.
I am in the chat. I am watching.
A quick 20-minute run or workout.
Multitasking.
Especially if you're starting off, you need to keep that momentum, that consistency going so that you don't just stop. Because it's really easy, especially at the beginning when you're getting back into things, to kind of stop. You're just feeling unmotivated. You're feeling.
I'm liking this little
like,
flat brim
really
trucker hat button up
time,
combo.
Take advantage of the time you can make instead of the time you just have, which can be eaten up by everything else. So set reminders on your phone. Use
I scared the person off.
Or Runkeeper to plan and track your runs. Even if life throws you curveballs, those 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever you can squeeze in, can make a huge difference. And it definitely does with consistency. Investing in the right gear is investing in your health. So let's say you've been in the same sneakers for 8 years. I mean, plenty of people just wear the same running shoes for forever. It's time for an upgrade. Visit a specialty running store where they can analyze your gait and suggest some shoes that will support your run, your running style, your foot style, how you plant your foot, your gait, all of that kind of stuff. Get in the right shoe. And maybe you've noticed your feet pronate, maybe all of that kind of stuff. Get in the right shoe. You've noticed your feet pronate now, and you might need a stability shoe. And for clothing, think about what you already have that's comfortable. You can get away with a lot with running, but steer clear of cotton and basketball shorts when running. I see people running in this stuff. Maybe you've noticed your feet pronate now.
Courtney and DeWalter out there running in those little board shorts.
What you already have that's comfortable. You can get away with a lot with running, but steer clear of cotton and basketball shorts when running. I see people running in this stuff. Move on from that. Get some respectable, functional running clothing. For example, that old college T-shirt. Feet pronate, all of that. Get the right shoe. And maybe you've noticed your feet pronate. Maybe you might need a stability shoe. Maybe.
So these are the times I really get tired of listening to myself.
All that kind of stuff. Get in the right shoe. Because maybe you've noticed your feet pronate now, and you might need a stability shoe. And for clothing, think about it's light, but it's moisture wicking, but it could work in all running clothing. For example, that old college T-shirt might be really cool. It's light, but it's moisture wicking, but it could work. It could in basketball shorts when running. I see people running in this stuff. Move on from that. Get some respectable, functional running clothing. For example, that functional running clothing. For example, that old college.
I don't want to talk about
Remember, don't short yourself on the socks and the shoes and preventing blisters. A pair of socks can all. Remember, a good pair of socks, light, moisture-wicking shorts could be perfect. Remember, a good pair of socks. Functional running clothing. Remember, a good pair of socks can also make a huge difference. Functional running clothing. Remember, a good pair of socks can also make a huge difference in preventing blisters. Don't short yourself on the socks and the shoes. You don't want to get blisters, because then that's definitely an excuse to stop running. Motivation can fluctuate, but here's how to keep it. Excuse to stop running. Motivation can fluctuate, but here's how to keep it steady. Set goals that feel achievable. Maybe for the new runners out there, it's running 3 times a week, or for ultra runners competing in a race that's coming up without getting injured. And maybe for new runners, it's running 3 or 4 times a week, or for ultra running achievable. Here's how to keep it steady. Set goals that feel achievable. Maybe for some steady. Set goals that feel achievable. Steady. Set goals that feel achievable. And maybe for new runners, it's running 3 or 4 times a week.
Really irritate myself sometimes. I can't get through what I'm trying to say.
And maybe for new runners, it's running 3 or 4 times.
I was in a lot of pain right here. I was almost quit. It's been the first time I've ever quit in the middle of a script. Just record, be like, I'm done. I can't get through this. I was so preoccupied with just the pain sitting in this chair. You can see it in my eyes. I can see it in my eyes. I look irritated, and you see the beginning. Maybe around the 5-minute mark.
So if you're eager to start running but feel
a little
out of shape,
cheerier,
overwhelmed with a busy schedule, or managing managing stress. This is my
I'm a little cheerier here at the beginning.
Or if you're just simply trying to muster the motivation,
The pain hadn't started kicking in again.
to help guide you in this video.
Was happy, John.
To kick things off, it's important to emphasize the value of just starting to get moving. Everyone, John here for Motivation Theory Running, and if you are 35 or over, whether you've been pounding the pavement for decades or you're just about to start, this video is tailored just for you.
It's for you guys. It's for all of you. Because I love you.
Smart, safe,
all right.
enjoyable.
I'm going to get back over here to the 5-minute mark where I was irritating myself. Where was it?
Let's get some respectable, all of that kind of stuff.
So I was really tripping up hard.
Because maybe you've noticed the right shoe. Because maybe you've noticed that kind of stuff. Get in the right shoe. Because maybe you
cut that because off because
stuff. Get in the right shoe. Maybe you've noticed your feet pronate now, and you might foot your gait, all of that kind of stuff. Get in the right shoe. Maybe you've noticed your feet pronate now, and you might need a stability shoe. For clothing, think about what you already have. Clothing, think about you. For clothing.
Let's see if I can bring this together here.
All that kind of stuff. Get in the right shoe. For clothing, think about what you already have. All of that kind of stuff. Get in the right shoe. For clothing, think about what you already have that's comfortable. You can get away with a lot with running, but steer clear of cotton and basketball shorts when running. I see people running in this stuff.
We'll zoom in right here. What's going on? Come on. Look at that. Right in on the money maker. All right. No. See, it wasn't even dead centered. See, I would have caught that normally. I should punch in a little bit and center myself through this whole video, but I've already added too much. So, see, I'm in the middle third. Here I'm off center. So I'm going to move myself back over. Move myself over a little bit. It's not so jarring.
For clothing, think about right shoe. For clothing, think about what you will running in this stuff. Move on from that. Get some this stuff. Move on from that. Get some respectable, functional running clothing.
Respectable running clothes, people.
Also make a huge difference in preventing.
You know what's funny about this? I'd say 95% of my running clothes are former technical shirts from races and stuff companies have sent me. Mizuno being one of the top companies, and I've had some ambassadorships where they've sent me stuff too, but Mizuno is probably 90% of my running shorts. I have some other running shorts my wife's bought me. I am the biggest ragamuffin when it comes to dress. Now, I have some very nice outerwear, like what I've had. Mizuno has sent me some really nice stuff. They're very expensive, running jackets and all-weather stuff and wicking cold weather stuff. So, thanks to Mizuno, who has been a great supporter of my channel for, 5 years or so. They rock. I love their stuff. So,
blisters. Don't short yourself on the socks and the shoes.
Socks, very important.
That's definitely an excuse to stop running. Motivation can fluctuate, but here's how to keep it steady. Set goals that feel achievable. And maybe for new runners, it's running 3 or 4 times a week, or for ultra runners, it's competing in a race and not getting injured. That may be a good goal. It's hard sometimes out there for us. Celebrate these milestones. Post a picture of your run on social media, share it with your running group, or treat yourself to something you enjoy. Joining or forming a running group yourself can be a game changer when it comes to motivation and creating a community around you. I did that a long time ago, and now look where we are. And perhaps there's a local group that meets at the park near your house or in your neighborhood. Every Saturday, you could join them and just take off, and you have someone to run with always. Built-in motivation and accountability right there.
Absolutely.
Or you can start with yourself. Be that guy. Or gal.
That's right. Inclusive. Be the guy or gal.
With yourself. Be that guy or gal. Sharing. sharing the journey where you can start one yourself.
Wow, you with the punch-ins. Won't even know what hits you.
Yourself. Be that guy or gal.
What's funny is if I wanted to release my videos a lot slower, like I've already this year probably made 6 months worth of videos in any other year, maybe longer. I could have, I like editing, but I like making editing funny. And
when yourself, be that guy or gal, sharing the journey with others.
Dude, I mean, that's funny. I don't know why it's funny, but that's funny. I really wish I could pay for an editor who was much better than me that could do all the funny things.
Who understand the highs and lows of running can be incredibly motivating. Running isn't just for your physical health, it's a mental health booster. Imagine you've had a stressful week and instead of reaching for another cup of coffee, right here, sorry, another cup of coffee.
You guys are getting all the comedy behind the scenes.
Sorry, I'm guilty. Put on your running. Put on your run.
No.
Sorry, I'm guilty. Cup of coffee. Right here. Sorry, I'm guilty. Put on your running shoes.
That's comedy gold, people. I don't know why you guys don't watch all of the videos. If I could get my videos to like 80% retention, crazy. YouTube's would have to crown me king of ultra running content. Been doing this for so long. You know, there was once a time that if you typed in ultra running on YouTube, it was only me that showed up. I was in it that early. And then I switched over to doing family vlogging for like 4 years and jacked up my channel. I was also into podcasting in 2005, 2006, 2007, and then I stopped doing it, and then now it blew up. So keep missing the boat. Here's what it is. We're going to do this. We're going to hit 100,000 subscribers, and that's because of you all. That's what's going to happen. Should I punch out on this a little bit? I think I'm a little bit tight on this. There we go.
Of coffee. Right here. Sorry, I'm guilty. Put on your running shoes, get out there and get moving. The endorphins from a run can lift your mood, clear your mind, and help you manage stress or anxiety. It definitely does help me. For those of you who are over 35, running can be especially beneficial for cognitive function.
If you're just joining me, thank you. Say hello, please. It helps the algorithm. It helps the algorithms. Where's the camera? There. It helps the out. Sorry for shaking the camera so much. It helps the algorithms know that you appreciate the channel, and pushes me out to more people.
Think of the last time you shared a story about a challenging run or ask for advice at the.
You guys see this dope hat I got? It says Virginia. It's a Virginia license plate. It says Motivation Theory Running. Got that custom made. I'm trying to do a partnership with those people. I love those hats. It's super dope. And the funny thing is I get asked all the time about this hat and that hat. And this hat was something I bought from a race. It's Race Swag. It's the same exact hat. It's just a different. It's like the hat's a supplier to these companies that make hats. And the company that did this one just embroidered this part, the old school Bones Brigade stuff on it, and then this one just put the license plate on it. Didn't think you were going to learn something cool like that, did you? Absolutely. I'm giving out. I'm confusing myself. I got to keep editing.
I do it all the time. That connection can be invaluable, whether it's through your local club where you meet weekly for runs or off.
And if you're just joining, I was in severe pain. I'm dealing with an injury. I got a sciatic nerve pain that is making it almost impossible for me to walk. And the pain is shooting from my lower back into my sciatic nerve, into my hip, down through my pelvis, out to the hip flexor, and down my thigh into my knee. With the chiropractor today, that relieves some pain, but it's still super tender. And right now I'm sitting with ice packs behind me. I got one that's made for your back, but I also got like the Igloo ice pack just back here. I'm also drinking. Truly, don't judge. I love them. They're good. It's only like 100 calories, 5% alcohol. All right, let's keep going.
Online forum where you discuss
Thanks for joining me.
Nutrition to race strategies.
This is the first time I've ever shared myself editing a video. This is very vulnerable. Very vulnerable.
Nutrition to race strategies. These interactions can keep you inspired and informed.
Now, if you are, see, I'm stopping right now, trying to say hello. Say hello in case you can't understand me. Say hello, please. Is that too desperate to say please? I'll throw up. Look, I'll show that. I'll throw up your comment. All right. I got to focus. Got to focus. You know what's the funny thing is I put background music on this through StreamYard, and I'm like, I keep thinking, I'm like, corporate's loud. I keep thinking, like, what does that sound? I keep hearing music, and it's the music that I put in the background of StreamYard. I keep hearing it. Sorry.
Do it right here on this channel or in the Strava group. We're all here for you. Remember.
Yeah, if you're a runner and you're looking for a group, we are free. We are Motivation Theory Run Club on Strava. We just passed 1,400 members of the Run Club. That's amazing.
Running is about.
And we're getting ready to hit almost 29,000 here soon, subscribers on this channel, which is amazing. 10 years of doing this stuff. I've been doing this for 10 years. Arlene, what's going on? Hey, Lowell Yoder. Howdy. Hope the back heals quickly. Thank you. The back is super tender. I am nursing it. And the funny thing, what I love about the running community is, I put this out there that I am I'm hurting. My back's hurting. And I've had this years and years and years ago, but never this bad. The sciatic nerve pain shooting through my hip and all that stuff. And it's been crazy, but the amount of advice I get is super crazy. Everything from go to a chiropractor. And again, I know what I'm going to do. I spend a lot of time icing, heat, back and forth, foam rolling, light, gentle stretching, rest, trying to bring the inflammation, the irritation down. But I go to a chiropractor. I've had great success, and we're all experiment of one. I've had great success with using chiropractor, having some of the adjustments done. And I know some other people that will say never go to them. My mom, I woke up to my mom sending me this paragraph. Can you see that? Like this long on my phone saying not to do it. I still got to finish reading because I got to reply to her because she's a sweetheart. And she's a yogi. She teaches yoga and all that stuff. But she's got great advice. So I think it's kind of all in the middle. I know some of you out there have been through dealing with a lot of sciatic back pain stuff. I don't want to have injections. What I don't want to have is like steroids or any of the other stuff. I don't want to be put on pills or anything like that to deal with pain. I want to deal with the pain, and I want to just heal myself. And that's what I've done for years, whether it's plantar fasciitis or shin splints. I did that back in the day, and I got through it all myself. And so I think there's natural ways of doing this. It's just, boy, I can tell you the pain that I am dealing with it's crazy. And it's not a sharp pain. It's not like, a broken bone pain. It's like a burning tension pain that just feels like it's trying to pull my pelvis and my chest together. And it just sucks bad. Hello, Arlene. Long-time member. Great to see you. Thank you. Always have great advice. Appreciate the tips on the food and applesauce. Bam, love applesauce. I just had some applesauce earlier today. Anytime I have a squeeze pouch of applesauce, it just like takes me mentally to an ultra, because I don't ever really do that. But I have, you guys know I've been an ambassador for fuel. It used to be runner's box, but now it's like fuel goods. I shouldn't be able to pull that off, but they send me all kinds of samples and stuff in these runner boxes, and there's a link in the description if you guys want to check those boxes out. Great gifts and stuff. You can get them every other month, and it's a good way to sample stuff. But it had one of the kind of probiotic applesauce type things, and I was drinking it, eating it. Do you drink applesauce or do you eat it? I felt like I was drinking it. It is what it is, but it just kind of took me to that place of being in an ultra, because that's the only time I have those, and it was really good. But I'm glad it worked well for your 50K. Having real food, that just kind of helps. It really does. I love having real food. 50K, I don't really take in too much food in a 50K. I'm mostly gels and a good breakfast, and mostly gels through a 50K. 50K is a little longer, so you do need to replenish all of those glycogen stores. So I don't run a ton of 50Ks, but I have it. I just can't remember all of the stuff. I have to go back and watch my videos. I've recorded my 50Ks, so I should probably go back and look at what I eat. I think, end up eating like a quesadilla or something at like the 20-mile mark or something. Arlene, I'm also going through a thing, osteoporosis. Ouch. I'm glad I don't have that, and I heard that's not something that's fun. Weight training now with physical therapists. Yeah, physical therapists. I would love to have a physical therapist, but don't you have to go like your primary doctor to get a referral to them? I hate that. You should just be able to go straight to physical. I might be wrong on this, but I know when I broke my ankle in the past, I had to go to a doctor, and they had to give me a referral to be able to go to a physical therapist to go through all that stuff. So, yeah. Look at see if I can do this. Watch this. Boom. And pause this for a second. Solo layout. All 5 pixels. See, I'm sitting with my laptop at my couch, in my living room. You see my kids' artwork over here. Got our art. This has been the art area for the kids for so long. I got some bananas, some of my favorite fruits, bananas and races. That just reminded me that's one of the biggest things I eat. I can't take this image quality on the camera on my. I don't have my professional setup down in my studio. I'm sitting here on. I'm sitting here on my laptop. Arlene, you only need a referral if you want insurance to pay. Well, of course, I want my insurance to pay. I pay all that money for insurance. I want the insurance to pay, but then I got to go to the doctor, and they pretend like they're going to try to help. They're probably just going to try to prescribe me some sort of painkiller, and then give me some sort of script, and then send me to a physical therapist. That's what they did when I've had to go in the past. So that's not what I'm looking for. So I've learned a lot of stuff when I went to physical therapy. So I do a lot of that stuff to myself, and it works. Bypass all of it. It is what it is. All right. Let's go back to some editing. You can keep typing in there. I'll see it. I got my phone right here. I'm seeing what you guys are saying. All right. Medicare pays $100. I'm not using that yet, I don't think. No, I'm not. I'm not old enough yet. I gotta get back in here. All right. You guys keep chatting. I'll see it.
Reaching a finish line, but enjoying
I'm almost done with the first rough cut.
Improving your health and maintaining mobility and mental clarity over the years.
Look at my face here. This is funny to me.
Reaching a finish line, but enjoying the journey.
So see the bags under my eyes. How tired I look. But if you go back here to the beginning.
So if you're eager to start running,
look at this youngster. Look at this excited guy. He's like, I'm going to knock this video out so quickly.
Feel out of shape, overwhelmed with a busy schedule, or
I'm doing well. Then I get about 3 minutes and I just start to fade as I'm starting to terrorize myself with not being able to talk. That tells you how much pain I'm in. I'm a talker. All right, lost track where I am. Where was I? Who knows? 7 minutes? Uh-oh. See, this is the mark right here. I'm cutting into it too much. If it's under 8 minutes, YouTube won't push it that much. It won't play mid-roll ads. Then I'm poor. I can't pay my kid's college tuition.
You can start with yourself. Be that guy. Shoes, get out there and get moving. Endorphins.
Thanks to all of you guys, our channel has seen significant growth over the last 3 months. It's been amazing. It is for me. I know you guys probably don't care about that kind of stuff, but as somebody who spends what is approximately another full-time job on this channel in a week, and having another full-time job and kids and a wife that I got to be present for, it's a lot of work. It's a ton of work. So it's greatly appreciated when you guys watch the videos and you like and you comment. I know you guys hear that stuff in videos, but it really does help the algorithm think that the content's good and push it out to more people. It's crazy. It's crazy. I love doing this. That's why I've done it for a decade now, and started a business around this. So you guys are all greatly appreciated. Those who come and hang out and chat and stuff. It's definitely not lost on me. Again, time is the most valuable thing anyone can give you, and that is a fact.
Keeping your mind sharp.
Can't get more of it.
As we all age, engaging with the running community can transform the experience.
So I'm doing right now. I'm engaging with the running community.
Last time you shared a story about a challenging run or ask for advice at dealing with an injury, it's always good to bounce that stuff off each other. I do it all the time.
I bounce all my stuff off all of you. Thousands of people.
Your local club where you meet weekly for runs, or online forum where you discuss everything from nutrition to race strategies. These interactions can keep you inspired and informed. Do it right here on this channel or in the Strava group.
That's right.
We're all here for you. Remember, running is about the long haul.
Strava group. I need to go put some assets in after this.
But enjoying the journey, improving your health, and maintaining mobility and mental clarity over the years. Embrace each step, learn from every run, and look forward to the personal growth that comes with it. Running over 35 is...
Hey Josh, what's going on? Making dinner and lurking. I do some lurking myself. Then they kick me out of Whole Foods. Hope you feel better. Sorry about your injury. Yeah, the funny thing is it wasn't like some sort of elbows popping. I got these ice packs behind my back here. A couple nice ones. The funny thing about the injury, it was really like this slow buildup of like shoveling snow a couple times and having kind of that twinge of back's kind of not right, and then carrying some landscaping gravel bags back to the side of my house, like 6 of those. And I tried to be very cognizant of like lifting it correctly, like squatting. Probably looked like an insane person carrying it back there, dumping those out. And then what I think just pushed me over the edge was just sitting on my cold garage floor, grooming my Labradoodle. I knew it was going to probably be bad. Sometimes I'm not smart, and it's hurt me in the past, and it did it again. So it just kind of inflamed everything, and I paid for it. So I'm going to get myself through it. It's definitely the worst it's ever been. It's not the worst back pain I've ever had, but it's definitely the back pain that, it goes from not feeling bad to me feeling like I need to lay down on the ground wherever I'm at, which is just kind of weird. Arlene, what are your next events after you heal up? So I'm signed up for the Yeti 100 miler again this year at the end of the year. I'm planning on doing near Williamsburg is like a 24-hour interloopal race. I think it's like a mile, 2 miles or something like that. I'm hoping to maybe get Joe Kern, my buddy, if you're part of this channel for a while, you know who he is. He's in a lot of the Yeti video. He's in all of the Yeti videos with me and some other videos. We've run several races together. I'm going to go see how many miles I can do on the trail in 24 hours. I don't have a huge race schedule. This year, I'm just trying to spend more time. I'm going to drop some weight. I'm going to spend more time with just getting faster. And doing a lot of more cross training. I want to get stronger, in that sense. So this year is going to be a lighter year, I think, in racing, unless I, change my mind, but I don't think so. I've got kids, got a son playing college baseball. I have a daughter playing, travel softball at the high school level. So it's, I'm always busy during the summers. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And again, if you haven't noticed, I am busting my butt on this channel, really trying to put out content, a lot of content, a lot of helpful content to provide value, because I have huge goals with this channel, and I'm always kind of half in. So I'm spending a ton of time, and I've seen great results. So you guys are all part of that, and I appreciate it. So that's kind of what my goals are this year. I made a video about it, but I think it's always good to kind of revisit those. So that's why you see me cranking out so much content, as I'm really trying my hardest to stay consistent with this and reach a larger audience. And yeah, I got running. I'm coaching on here now. So the coaching level you see in the membership, I'm coaching people, doing racing plans and coaching. It's a lot, but I love it. And maybe some point I'll push myself too far, but it's a lot. I have a full-time job, coming and creating all this content. I mean, I think I've already made more videos this year than I made all of last year combined, and the year before. It's this should tell you something. So that's my plans. I didn't ask that, but I shared it. Here we go. I'm almost through this video. Let me go over here, see what it says. What am I saying? Am I getting through it?
About outpacing your younger self. It's difficult to do that. It's going to be a rough time if you're constantly worried about what you used to do. It's about enjoying running in a way that's sustainable and fulfilling and healthy for you and for me. Start small, progress wisely, listen to your body, plan your time well, so you're not always stressed. Gear up with the right stuff, connect with others, and appreciate running, not as an exercise, but as a lifestyle. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Bam. That was a great first cut. I think we're right there. I think we're there. Now I'll just have to go back through and grab some B-roll, grab the end slate and do stuff like that. Grab it in the lower thirds. So typically I'll come in here and I'll open up some files, old stuff, other projects. Start running out of room, so I have to delete some of the stuff. So here we go. Copy this. So now you see.
Schedule. So if you're eager to start running, but feel out of.
Come on now. Why is it so high? What is going on? All right. I don't know what's going on there, but.
So if you're eager to start running but feel out of shape.
So Arlene, you said, be careful losing weight. Red S will get you. Yeah, I think I got some room. I got to drop 20 pounds. It's been the goal. I've done a good job, but I've also bounced back a little bit after Yeti because I'm not running as much. So, I'm careful. I make sure I'm taking in enough. I don't want the red S getting me. See, and I'm bringing my typing here.
So if you're eager to start running but feel out of shape, overwhelmed with a busy schedule, or managing stress, this is my life. I deal with this every single day. Or if you're just simply trying to muster the motivation, I have some essential tips to help guide you in this video. So to kick things off, it's important. Move it, everyone. John's video. And I have some.
You gotta remember what I was gonna call this video. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this and this. I want that and that. Copy.
I have some essential tips to help guide you in this video.
Now I just got to remember what I was going to call this video. Oh my goodness gracious. It never ends. Gotta go try to. I'm gonna throw in the middle age because YouTube loves that. I got to talk to all my middle-aged people. It's funny. Most of you guys are fine with it, but there's other people like, I'm not middle-aged. I'm like, it's okay. You'll be all right. I gotta type my stuff together so I can spell check it. Because I am the world's worst speller. And I don't catch misspellings. Well, I guess I can spell okay, as my ADD does not let me catch spellings and stuff. I just like gloss over them. So throw that up here. I like that critical. You guys like critical tip or essential tips? What would make you go, oh my gosh, I gotta watch that? I mean, if it's essential, I don't know, but if it's critical, to me, critical. If it's critical, you gotta watch it, right? Critical tips for middle-aged runners. I mean, how can you skip over that? But if you're younger than that, are you going to be put off by that? Or should it be critical tips for runners over 35? What do you guys think? Middle-aged runners or runners over 35? What do I want to say? I think YouTube, from an algorithm standpoint, likes the term middle-aged. What do you guys think? Do I need to put out a poll? Middle-aged? Do this. Does it not see me as a... Oh, we're running out of time. There wasn't a... Uh-oh, we didn't hit the... We didn't have to hit the goal. Super chat goal. Oh well. It's okay. Trying to see where I can do the polls, but not a ton of you guys in here. So if you're watching a video and you see the term critical tips for blah blah blah, or is it the thumbnail, or you guys look at the title? You know, we spend lots of time as creators looking at all of this stuff, and it matters. It matters. Click through happens, and if it's poor, it's all kinds of a mess. See, here we go.
Motivation. I have some essential tips to help guide you in this video. So to kick things off, it's important to emphasize the value of...
I'm going to say critical tips.
I have some essential tips to help guide you.
Might have to go critical tips. Critical tips for middle-aged runners. You got to click on that. You got to. All right, here it goes.
Motivation. I have some essential tips to help guide you in this video. So to kick...
Is that centered? Oh, there we go.
I have some essential tips to help guide you in this video. So to kick things off, it's important to emphasize the value of just starting, to get moving. Hey everyone, John here for Motivation Theory Running, and if you're 35 or over, whether you've been pounding the pavement for decades or you're just about to start, this video is tailored just for you. We're going to explore how to keep running in a smart, safe, and enjoyable way as we age. So let's dive right in. First off,
I'm blurry.
As we age. So let's dive right in. First off.
I don't know why I said first off. I don't want to say first off. It's supposed to be first.
So let's dive right in. First off, let's talk about how to begin let's talk about how to begin or get back into running. So picture this, whether you're a new runner, perhaps maybe you've been out of the running scene for quite a while due to life's commitments. Believe me, I have been there many times.
You guys are getting the behind the scenes. You're getting to view this video before it even goes live.
Definitely worth it. You want to start with
It'll be going live
short
here
runs.
tonight.
Maybe just run for a couple minutes, jog for a couple minutes, and walk for 5 or 10 minutes. And you want to do this for a couple of weeks. Or if you're feeling more adventurous, aim to cover a quarter of a mile. Maybe just, for example, you live near a park. You run from one bench to the next bench, or one from light pole to the next light pole. And for ultra runners out there, returning from a heavy race schedule, and you've been off for quite a while, just recovering, this could mean scaling back just a couple of miles at a conversational pace, waiting to get things back up, getting greased up, getting oiled up, lotioned up.
I'll be back in a second.
There it goes. This approach helps build your base without overwhelming your body. Next, let's discuss progression. Imagine you've been running for a month and you're feeling really good.
Make sure to hit that like button on here. Everybody's been missing it.
Quite tempting sometimes.
Don't miss the like button.
Great increases to your running schedule. You don't want to do that. You want to increase by no more than 10% weekly. Sometimes that can be hard. You got to be disciplined. So if you ran 3 miles, especially at the beginning when you're getting back.
Can you guys hear the text or the tech? Can you hear the audio from the video on the edit?
Does it really matter? You have
Type
to
in
block
yes
off
if you
that
can,
time.
please.
Time.
Make sure to hit that like button.
You can send the time you just have, which can be eaten up by everything else. So set reminders on your phone. Use an app like Strava or Runkeeper to plan and track your runs. Even if
Okay,
life
good.
throws you
I had a panic attack. Like, oh no, is the sound not turned on?
Make a huge difference. It definitely does with consistency. Investing in the right gear is investing in your health. So let's say you've been in the same sneakers for 8 years. I mean, plenty of people just wear the same running shoes.
I know people that actually do
It's
this.
time for an upgrade.
They will.
Especially
I mean, I see some of
running store where
the
they can analyze your gait
the shoes they're running in, and they're shoes from like 10 years ago, and they're wondering why their knees and hips are hurting when they're starting to run. They're like, hey, I'm trying to lose weight.
That kind of stuff.
And I'm like, oh my goodness, that shoe is crushed out.
You get away with a lot with running, but steer clear of cotton and basketball shorts when running. I see people running in this stuff.
Thank you, Arlene.
Get some respectable, functional running clothing. Remember, a good pair of socks can also make a huge difference in preventing blisters. Don't short yourself on the socks and the shoes. You don't want to get blisters, because then that's definitely an excuse to stop running. Motivation can fluctuate, but here's how to keep it steady.
Here we go. I think I'm going to hit the...
And maybe for new runners, it's running 3 or 4 times a week, or for ultra runners, it's competing in a race and not getting injured. That may be a good goal. It's hard sometimes out there for us. Celebrate these milestones. Post a picture.
So it makes me wait a month.
Social media. Share it with your running group. Or
we're trying to gift memberships.
Enjoy. Joining or forming a running group yourself can be a game changer when it comes to motivation and creating a community around you. I did that a long time ago, and now look where we are. And perhaps there's a local group that
what's up
park near your house or in your neighborhood. Every Saturday, you
Don, how are you?
Take off, and you have someone to run with always.
Blisters are the worst. Blisters are the absolute worst.
Or you can start one yourself. Be that guy or gal. Sharing the journey with others who understand the highs.
I don't think we're alone in that.
Running isn't just for your physical health; it's a mental health.
So when I click on
had a stressful weekend, instead of
the dollar sign under the dollar bill thing underneath this, I don't know if it makes me wait a month. I was going to gift some more memberships.
Fun can lift your mood, clear your mind, and help you manage stress or anxiety. It definitely does help me. For those of you who are over 35, running can be especially beneficial for
that's unfortunate.
Function, keeping your mind sharp as we all age. Engaging with the running community can transform the experience of running. Think of the last time you shared a story about a challenging run, or
super chats there. I can't gift memberships right now.
Stuff off each other. I do it all the time. That connection can be invaluable, whether it's through your local club where you meet weekly for runs, or online forum where you discuss everything from nutrition to race strategies. These interactions can keep you inspired and informed. Do it right here on this channel or in this drop.
Yeah, Don, I need to get better at it. I need to get on the schedule. I want to start having some more member only like live streams. This was supposed to be that I was having some issues, so I kicked it over to the public. But because I was going to do some member only, but I think it's not showing up because it's.
Personal growth that comes with it. Running over 35 isn't.
Let's refresh the page.
Your younger self. It's difficult to do that. Be a rough time if you're.
Let me see if I can get it to come back up again.
It's about enjoying running in a way that's sustainable and fulfilling and healthy for you and for me.
Oh, membership gifting.
Small, progress wisely. Listen
Hold on, everybody.
Plan your time well, so you're not always stressed. Gear up with the right stuff. Connect with others and appreciate.
How many we got in here?
As an exercise.
We got 4 people.
Lifestyle. Thanks for watching.
Hopefully, get one. I don't know how it decides who it's gifting these things to. It's supposed to pick the people that are in the chat. So you guys can buy you guys can buy memberships, and you can also buy them for other people. And so I can buy them, and it's supposed to pick who has been chatting the most. Like, I would figure those of you who have been in here chatting are supposed to be at the top of the list. It's supposed to base it on that. Darn it, YouTube. Well, sorry to those of you who have been in here chatting this whole time. You're supposed to get one. I don't understand this. I don't see an April B. or Richard Colcat Scott. Edward H, KS, J Sizz, you guys in here? I don't even know if they're members. Well, all right. So it looks like the video ended put the insulate on here. I'm going to go add some B-roll in. What do you guys think? So those of you watching, you know, those of us who make content have to consider like audience and retention. That's how YouTube determines our worth as a creator. That if we can hold,
and I'll see you in the next video,
an audience's attention. And when you have somebody watch a video, you know, you get thousands of views, and then, you know, your average view duration is half that, which is pretty decent, which shows you how small the attention span is for people. So you have people on a video like this will be 8 minutes. They'll watch, and, you know, you'll start having people, you know, I'll have a great, you know, 70 to 80% retention for this first couple minutes. And then it'll start to drop off as you go through this. And then you'll probably hold 30 to 40% for the rest of this time. So then your average view duration gets hit. You know, so on an 8-minute video, I'm doing well if I can hold a majority of the average view duration for 5 minutes. I wish I could push that further. People do things like give visual breaks, so like B-roll and stuff like that. So when you see channels, you know, punching in on videos and, you know, doing different cuts so people don't get bored. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make the video more visually pleasing to watch, and which is, like I said earlier in the stream, like when you're Don, you're in there. I'm glad you're in there. But when you're in there and sorry, I lost my train of thought. So when you're editing, you're trying to do things that are keeping their attention that long, but, you know, some videos will be people that will just have a 30-minute video and they'll have high retention. You know, if I create a 10-minute video, if I have 5-minute average retention, that's good. It's just, you just never know. Some videos speak to some people, some videos don't. There's videos that I do that I think are going to be absolute smash hits and then nothing happens. And there's other videos that I put out that end up being crazy in views. Like, I mean, there's stuff I'm like, oh, I didn't foresee that. It's just weird how YouTube pushes this stuff out. So we take all that. So basically right now I have this video. I'll go add in my lower thirds, like any text and titles and stuff like that for breaks and chapters if I want to do that. I think that usually helps with retention. And then I'll add some B-roll, you know, footage from races and running and stuff like that. That'll help kind of break it up. This is an 8-minute video for me. I try to keep videos under 10 minutes just because I think it's a long time for someone to watch. So, but my goal is to have, you know, 8 to 10 minutes, but keep the majority of that time for the average watch view duration to be 6 to 7 minutes. That would be fantastic, because then YouTube shares that more and more with external audiences. Like I have, you know, 28,000 subscribers, but YouTube's not even sending notifications to all my subscribers that are on this channel. That just, if you don't have your notification set to all, you don't even get a notification. So it's quite weird. So like you'll see my videos, it'll go up. Some will get 1, 2, 3, 14,000 views, and some will get 300 views. And it's just kind of weird, especially when you're talking to brands that are like, what's going on with these other videos? I'm like, I don't know. I have no clue why one video will get 14,000 and one video will get 300 views. I just can, you know, just, it's all whether or not YouTube is kind of pushing that out to people. And they're all typically roughly the same kind of topic. It's not like I'm doing a video on ultra running and then I'm doing a video on, like, you know, doing my nails or something. Like it's all relevant to what this channel's about. Don said, I may have missed it. What software are you using? No, I didn't actually talk about the software. I use Adobe Creative Cloud. So this is Adobe Premiere. This is the beta version of Adobe Premiere. I've been using Adobe products for most of my channel's life. It's expensive, but it's a software that I like. I can't remember when I first started doing YouTube back in the shenanigan vlog days. I think Don is probably the only person here that remembers that, but I can't remember what software I was using. It was like $50 and it worked, but since then I've gotten a little more advanced. and I need something a little better. But the funny thing is I pay for all the Adobe Creative Cloud. I use just a couple products from it, but I still use Affinity Photo for all my thumbnails and stuff. I just like the software. I'm still upset about the memberships. Now the memberships, if you want to join for as little as a $1 a month, we're growing that community. I think I don't know, what are we at now? I don't even know. I'm gonna go look at some analytics. Memberships, earn memberships, 14. So we're gonna be at 19 after this. I was hoping as a goal for this year to get to 100 channel members. And again, that's across all of them. Don, that cracks me up. Don says, I once did a video of me getting my nails done at a spa. It was a mani-pedi video. Yeah, I don't think I ever did one like that. But back in my family vlogging days, I definitely did a lot of crazy stuff for the channel. But the reason I changed, Don, is, when all of the COPPA, CAPE, whatever all the laws that came out for having kids in the videos, and as the kids got older, it was really messing with the channel growth because I kept trying to do running content on the family vlog channel. Then it kind of grew. So I just kept this channel is still the Shenanigan Vlog channel. I changed the name, rebranded everything years ago. And then I took all of those videos, made them unlisted, put them on another channel, and just did playlists to those. So you can still find all those videos on the Shenanigans Family Vlog. I think that's what it's called. It's still out there. It's just not discoverable. The videos, you can't search for the videos. You have to find the channel and then watch the playlists. For 3 people that are watching this are like, what is he talking about? I think Don's the only one that knows. That's very funny. All right. Well, I'm going to go finish up this video. Congrats to the people that got the gifted memberships. We see that many of your, let me see. Many of your videos are for very beginning runners. Not saying I'm an expert, but I don't need basic tips about socks. Just saying. Yeah, that is true. That's the balance of this channel. I can niche down to very specific people, but after a while, that's kind of what happens is people can outgrow channels, or because again, eventually people are always just going to be like, well, I know this stuff. So people get into it. So I've had people that have started ultra running because of this channel, and they learn themselves over years. And then eventually the value there, maybe they like me, they like watching me, they like watching my journey. So I've always tried to balance like showing my journey so that people relate to kind of what I'm going through. But I do try to spread across the spectrum of people just getting into running, and people that are, been into running a long time in ultra marathons. So I do speak to, just beginning runners, beginning ultra marathoners, and kind of seasoned ultra marathoners. And so I try to put content out there for all of that kind of stuff. So I know that's definitely something that comes into play. A lot of that stuff's discoverable. I make, for people who are searching. The beard is coming. Yeah, I just cut it back, Don. It was getting a little long for work. Work likes to keep it a little bit shorter, if you know what I mean. Yours was getting out of hand. Your beard was crazy there. I was watching your videos. Your beard was like way down here. But so, I try to, appeal to a wide spectrum of runners. So I appreciate that feedback, Arlene, because I do know that is an issue. Like there's channels I watch just because I enjoy watching the people. Like I watch Kafuzi. I don't care about the shoe stuff that he does, but I do enjoy watching Kafuzi tell a story. Same with Seth James Damore. I don't particularly care about the shoe reviews and stuff that he did, but I do enjoy watching him and him talking. So that's kind of why I'm attracted more to personalities, I think, when it comes to these channels. And then I do search for other content that I, may be learning about. Not a lot of running. I don't search for running content, but it's other stuff that I'm interested in. So that's kind of how I get driven to channels. That is interesting that you caught on to that. I've never heard anybody actually verbalize that's why. I do the best I can to make content for, the discoverable stuff, evergreen for search, and then for people who are trying to learn, for people who maybe want to see tips and tricks about running 100 milers and some stuff like that. But yeah, I get that. I do. I like seeing your journey. Let's us follow up on your healing. Yeah, I mean, I think there are people who are here because they enjoy watching me. There are people that are here because they found a shoe review. There are people here that saw a race movie that I put out, a little mini documentary on a race, and that's how they found the channel. So that's kind of the balance. It makes it difficult to be on YouTube, because say you joined because you watched the Yeti 100 video and you're an ultra marathon, you're like, oh, that's super cool. But then the next video that comes out is like top 5 tips for new runners transitioning into ultra marathons. That video may not appeal to them because they're not new ultra marathoners, but I do think there is some value in some of the stuff that may not be common knowledge. And a lot of people are looking up stuff about fueling, dealing with chafing, dealing with aid stations and recovery. I'm going to start going a lot more into recovery. It's a JFK film. Yeah, I get lots of comments. So I go to these races and I don't film it. You guys don't get to see it, but I go to these races and I get people coming up to me left and right saying, hey, I saw your video on this race. I appreciate your video. I learned so much from it. And that happens at almost every single race that I do. Well, it does happen at every single race that I do because I've done them multiple times. And I enjoy that. But, and I think this kind of happens. So I see subscriber counts go up and down as people progress through their running journey. Maybe they don't care about that stuff anymore. But I am going to be focusing a lot more on, I think prepping for ultras, some of the details of the gear and recovery. I'm really interested at this point in recovery. Some of the sponsored videos I'm going to be having, some partnering with some recovery things, which I think is super important, especially as you age. Recovery is important at all ages, but especially as you age, which it's just kind of ironic that I injured myself, but it wasn't with running. It just happened to be that I injured myself. But, whether it be sleep, rest days, foam rolling, all the things you do, heat, Epsom salt, hot baths, just all the things that help you, I think is very interesting to my channel's core group of people. So, I'm always open to suggestions. So if you guys type suggestions, as you know, I respond to almost every single video, every single comment on this channel still. And it's hard. It's a lot harder than it used to be because I get a lot of them. So if you want to put tip or suggestions for videos or things you'd like to see, I see that and I put them in a queue. I keep track of all the videos I do. And again, I've done over 1,200 videos in 10 years. So, keeping that fresh and keeping it, answering the mail for people, what they're looking for is super good. So if you want to do that, please suggest something you want to see. And I do it. Those people, I get it all the time. I'll make a video and people say, was that because of my comment? Yes, it was. Don said, I like getting those. I saw your video on YouTube. Yeah, it's nice because you spend a lot of time doing this stuff. So it's kind of cool when people recognize you. Recovery is important. Sometimes lack that. You're not alone, Don. A lot of people in ultra running are poor with not only recovery, but just moderation in general. If you're injured, maybe perhaps filming an aid station or sweeping the course. Yeah, that's definitely a good idea. I've actually filmed at an aid station, and one of the most irritating things as a content creator, I worked at the aid station at Devil Dog 100 2 years ago, and they blasted music the whole time, which means I can't. First off, it's hard to hear the video. Secondly, it gets the video flagged for content, copyrighted content, which kind of sucks. But I do suggest volunteering at an aid station at a race, at a 100-miler or any ultra. It's a lot of fun. I shockingly had a ton of fun working like 8 to midnight at a 100-miler at the Gunny aid station at the Devil Dog 100. It was a blast being on the other side. Like the thing that doing ultras does to us, those of us that are in distance running, like I still kind of got that being at the aid station, seeing everybody come through and knowing what they're going to need and anticipating what they're going to need and filling the water bottles and getting them what they want. And they're coming in, you can tell they got that blank, 1,000-mile stare, and you're like, hey, I got you. How about some broth with some noodles or some pierogies, or we got some chicken nuggets? Like you're feeding them. They're like, yeah, because just ripping out that menu. That's because I know that's what I like. When I go to an aid station, someone says something, hey, do you want this bacon wrapped Oreo? I'm like, yeah, that sounds fantastic. Your body has a way of of kind of knowing what you need. How to pace or be a volunteer. Yeah, that's definitely good. I think the race directors would like that. Talk and advice. Yeah, I've done that with Alex Papadopoulos, the owner and race director for all of the races around local in Northern Virginia for Athletic Equation. It is good. It's cool to talk to those people. Race directors are a special breed. The people who kind of came out of ultra running and said, I'm going to be one to put on races. And that's ultimately one of my goals one day is I want to put on a race, and we'll see if it happens. I'd like to have a Motivation Theory sponsored, owned race. That would be fantastic. All right. Well, I think I'm going to hop off here. I'm going to try to finish this video. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. But I appreciate you guys hanging out and chatting with me. That was kind of cool. This is the first time in 10 years I've ever shared kind of an editing thing. Not that you all care, but that's usually kind of a hidden thing away. So it was kind of cool to hang out with you guys. And it was actually kind of cool. I've been doing this hour and 45 minutes. A lot of fun. So thank you all very much. Thank you. Type that. Thank you to all of you who have stayed and talked. And congrats to the people who got the memberships. I'm going to try to. They're 1 month membership, free memberships. You can also join for $1. Those were $4.99 memberships that YouTube automatically cranks out and gives to those people. So I definitely would like to. Joe Kern. The man, the myth, the legend. You didn't miss nothing, Joe. I've just been babbling, editing a video for almost 2 hours. And you're another person who's had a back injury. Just got done running. How'd it feel, Joe? Yeah, you were pretty late. Hey, you're late to the party. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't send out messages sooner. It was kind of weird. Joe Kern. Better than it has been. Yeah. Hey, Joe. Yeah, man, I'm getting ready to hop off here. I got to finish this video that I've been editing right here. I'm gonna release it here probably in the next hour. I got to go add some B-roll to it so you guys, I can keep your attention. And all of you that were on this are going to watch this whole video because basically you were a producer on it. You got to sit here and watch me. Joe, I went to a chiropractor today, my man, and got adjusted a little bit. It helped a little bit. Now I'm sitting with some ice packs and stuff on my back. Just trying to take it easy. Typically, I would be at gymnastics with my 5-year-old, but I had to let Mama and her sister handle that because I couldn't go stand and sit in a hard chair for that amount of time. So I'm sitting at home drinking what they call in the store tropic like it's hot. What you know about that, Joe? The old Truly tropic. I can't even say it. It's supposed to be like drop it like it's hot, but it's tropic like it's hot. Joe's got 9 weeks. 9 weeks until, is this the backyard? Thanks, Don. It's great seeing you, man. Seeing you in the chat. Yes, man. 9 weeks to it. I think it's the backyard. Pretty sure. And Joe, so everybody knows, is the longest member on this channel, the oldest member. You're not by age, but I think you've been 5 years now. You've been a member on this channel. I think that's crazy. We're getting ready to hit 19 subscribers right now, and you can join for as little as $1. I just gifted another 5 memberships for a month. A backyard, so that's a difficult race. The backyards, to me, again, I've told you many times that I felt like I want to attempt one time, but like it just doesn't appeal that much to me because I know how stressful and hard they are. They seem like they'd be easy, like you're just doing your 4.1 whatever miles per hour, but that's difficult. Not the oldest, probably the heaviest. I doubt that. You might have the biggest noggin. That may be. You may be the only one that can't wear a hat. That would be my guess. And the only one to ever been mistaken as a Yeti running through the woods. Joe, we're going to be losing weight, my man. I am going to be dropping 20 pounds. Get ready to start a video series about defattening myself and getting down to the weight. Cross training. Getting my muscles. Get my beach muscles, man. You know what I want to be? I want to be like Nick Bear. Just be all freaking shaved and just jacked. And just run with my shirt off and some skimpy shorts. What would y'all think about my channel then? Hurts my feelings, but both are true. Yeah, I think I want to do some Nick Bear stuff. I'm gonna lose weight, build up all my freaking muscles, shave all the hair off my body, and just friggin' run in the dark, like Nick. I love Nick. I'm kind of joking right now. I love him, but I can't compete with that, man. This moneymaker isn't enough to compete with Nick's Captain America body. You can tell him I said that. I've reached out to them many times to try to work with that company. I was like, hey, do you want a middle-aged, bearded dad of 5 to kind of join forces with your company, and you can make me Captain America? You can get me all jacked, and that would sell lots of stuff. All his supplements. You could turn me into that. Have me out at 4 a.m. running 4-minute miles for 10 miles. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, Joe. I didn't mean anything by it. See, I would give you one. I would send you out this hat, Joe. One of these trucker hats. Don said, the only reason I ever ran without a shirt was due to chafing, if you know what I mean. I do know what you mean. That used to bother. I don't want to say the word, maybe to get my video flag, but nipples back in the day when they would bleed back on my road running days, and you'd see like the blood. I had a picture one time, like blood coming out. I'm like, what the heck? But I think they've gotten so calloused, that doesn't happen anymore. Plus, I lube them up. There's nothing that doesn't stick out, jingle, jangle, rub, or anything on me that I don't lube up for running. Races, that is. So that's how you take care of that. You just lube it all up, and you don't have to worry about that. Look at that image quality on this laptop. It's got like 17 pixels. Running with my shirt off. I have one funny story. So I was at work one time, and we have a track at work. And this might have been like 9 years ago when I was actually a little more in shape. Joe, you'd walk around with his hat, would just be sitting like that on top of the head. And so I was at the track, and there was this big jack dude running with like 70 pounds, like this burly freaking Viking of a man. And he's running around the track holding these like 70-pound dumbbells in each hand. And I'm out there, and I have my Garmin like chest heart rate monitor on, and I'm over there doing like tricep. I'm pushing myself up. I got my feet out in front of me, and I'm on this board, and I'm pushing. And so he sees me coming down the straightaway of the track, and it's like 1,000,000 degrees. I'm just baking, sweating, and he gets up to me, and I turn around, and he goes, "Oh, thank God." He goes, "I thought you are the hairiest, biggest backed woman I'd ever seen." And it made me start laughing, because what I didn't understand what he was talking about, but he said the Garmin strap looked like I was wearing a bra and I had no shirt on. So he thought at first when he saw me that I was a woman out there in a sports bra. He's like, "You got the biggest hairiest back of any woman I've ever seen." And I laughed. And so I kept my shirt on after that, because again, I wasn't hairless. That might have made it worse. But I don't know what to say about him thinking I was a hairy-backed woman. I don't think you've even heard that story. I've run so many races with you, Joe, and I don't think I've ever even told you that story. Maybe I have. Might have run out of stories by now. Joe, I was telling everybody that I think we got to try to do that 24-hour race, where we just try to see how far we get in 24 hours. You know what I'm talking about, Don. That's a first. Yeah. I don't think anybody could see me from behind and think that potentially I was a woman. You never know. You never know. I haven't shared that story very much, but that was one of the experiences I had with running with a shirt off at work. But I'm going to get back to it. So what I'm doing, I'm going to get down. I'm back up to 220 now. Was right about 210 for a while. After Yeti, I put on some weight. I've not been running a ton right now because I've been concentrating on this channel and coaching. And so I've been a fatty. And so now I got to lose all the weight. I'm going to focus on this channel and losing weight. And, then I'm going to shave all the hair off my body. And then Nick Baird's got to have competition. He and I are going to see who is the sexiest no-haired runner on YouTube. Nobody's ever mistaken me as a woman. Well, I can see that, Joe. I mean, maybe as a Viking woman, but not any woman in modern times. I can see that. Don liked it. You know what the funny thing is, Joe, is I've actually wanted to send you one of these hats. The Motivation Theory one. I'm like, I don't know if Joe will be able to wear that hat, because you always tell me you can't wear a hat. Like, you can't fit in one of these hats. So I need to find one of the big head hats, because I know they have companies that have them for the guys with larger heads, and get one made for you. Since for being the longest channel member in the history of Motivation Theory running, you deserve that much. Yeah, Don. That's Joe. I thought Don said nobody was making. I don't think anybody's ever mistaken Don as a woman either, with that beard. Exactly. There's nobody out in West Virginia going, "I saw this skinny bearded woman running through the woods." It's got to be a bucket hat. I guess I can try to find a bucket hat. Why do they make bucket hats so much bigger than a regular hat? Like, snapback. Like I should be able to find one of these. I feel like, Joe, I need to take you to a hat store and try to figure this out. So you need to measure that dome. Measure the dome in inches and tell me what size that noggin is. Then I can see what I can find. Is it like one of those like carnival ones with like the big hat? Like, would that work? Like, I see people that wear the big ones. I don't think it's a carnival hat. I don't know why I said that. 6.5 feet. That's your noggin circumference. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to end with that. That's, you can't beat that. I'm going to go do a Google search on where to find a 6.5 foot circumference hat. But modern day tech. What is going on, man? It's been a long time, very long time. Good to see you. You're coming in after 2 hours of me just babbling, editing videos, and now I've switched out of it. Is it still there? Let me see if it's still there. Yeah, it's still there. How are you? Oh, man. Now, talking as another person, you were a channel member for a very, very long time, too. I know that we were both channel members of each other's channels. I don't know if I thought it was a Patreon. Like, I get billed for stuff every month, and I'm like, where's that even coming from? Same to you, brother. I see you're still out here doing it. Like, we started talking about OGs. I was the other day about people who've been doing this a long time. You and West Virginia Don over here, Carpenter Vlogs W, as he's named here in the chat, are OGs that have been around since at least 2015 when I started. So it's always cool to see people. You know how many of us who were around then have disappeared, who gave up because it was too hard? Can't give up. Cannot give up. All right. Well, it was great. I'm going to let you wrap that up. Modern Day Tech came in. So I have two of the oldest channel, with three of the oldest channel members right here in this chat right now. That's amazing. Oh, you got multiple channels now? I'm still focused on the one, but I am, breaking news, going to be trying to start one for my wife because she's so crafty and creative. She's got embroidery machines and t-shirt making machines and sewing machines, and my whole basement next to my studio. Well, so my basement, if you were to break it up into thirds, 2/3 of it is all her stuff, and I get 1/3 for the studio and gym. So I wanted to start a channel for her because I think her stuff will blow up just from my research. So I'm going to try to help her because I need more work to do and more YouTube stuff to do, like a hole in the head. But I think her stuff would be awesome. Yep, and an Amazon channel. Yeah, because I think with her stuff is a lot of stuff she buys from Amazon. Help, starting sewing and embroidering, how to work the machines and all the stuff that she does, doing patterns and all that stuff. It's ripe for search and pointing people at Amazon. Whoa. Sorry about that. Amazon stuff. And I'm just trying now to get all my links to YouTube. I've had this stuff in Amazon for a long time of my equipment and all that stuff, but I don't really push it that much. But now I'm trying to. Now that I'm getting channel sponsorships and stuff like that, I'm trying to do better on that business side of pointing people at YouTube. So I need to learn at Amazon, that is. I don't really try very hard. So I do occasionally will do stuff, and I'll try to remember to tell people to look in the description for the equipment. Like if I do a book on like running books and I see an uptick in the money I make on Amazon. So I need to get better at that, but I always just felt weird like trying to push people towards that, but it's definitely a good way to make money. Does she have a bucket hat making machine? No, she does have the ability to embroider a bucket hat and clothing. make t-shirts and stuff like that. She could do all that stuff. She actually has a company herself. Look, Don sees Eric too. Look at this. Look at this. All the old schoolers right here. So yeah, Joe, she can make stuff. So if you want to have, I can get a bucket hat, or if you find one, you send me a link to it. I'll buy it and have her embroider the logo, or a shirt. If you want to have a shirt made, she can make the shirt. She does vinyl pressing and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. Not just Amazon affiliate, but actual videos on Amazon. Yeah, I've actually been looking at that too. I'm learning more about that. You know, I am whatever they call it on Amazon. I've been approved since they started doing that. Is don't do it. I think I've tried, but they have different rules with like what you can say and do in the video. So I'm looking at that too. I'm definitely doubling down on repurposing all my content from YouTube onto Facebook, because I think I'm leaving stuff on the table there also. So it's a work in progress, my man. I definitely need to do better about utilizing the other platforms and not be platform agnostic as much as possible. But YouTube is just the best way to monetize, I think. But I definitely think Amazon is super important to try to push. Cats and dogs sell. Put a kitten in your thumbnail. That's like the old YouTube days. Just put a cat video up, everything will blow up. Oh my goodness. All right, everybody. I'm a hop off here. I got to knock that video out. It's been awesome hanging out with all of you. This was a lot of fun. I'm gonna go finish this video and upload it. And thanks to all of you who hung out this entire time. I'm gonna try to get better about doing more of these type videos. Live streaming and stuff like that. But who wants to look at my face that much? You look at it enough in the videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Take care. Now I'm going to awkwardly wait to press the button. Bye, everybody.